What if I told you that massive pile of garden waste you're about to discard is actually hidden gold, or a ticking time bomb for your next season's crops? That's right, you heard me. Every year, thousands of gardeners make the same crucial mistake that costs them half their harvest the following season. Today, we're going to settle, once and for all, the age-old question. What exactly do you do with all that plant debris after harvest? Do you compost it, burn it, or haul it away? I promise by the end of this video, you'll look at these seemingly useless piles of green waste in a whole new light, and perhaps you'll realise the grave mistake you've been making for years. In simpler times, back in our grandparents' day, things were straightforward. You harvested your crops, then burned the residue in a barrel. The ash fertilised the soil, and any diseases or pests were incinerated. Simple and effective. But today, burning garden waste on your property is either prohibited or heavily restricted in many regions, and environmentalists are increasingly raising concerns about the harmful effects of smoke. This brings us to the modern gardener's main autumn dilemma. How do you dispose of plant debris safely, legally, and still benefit your garden? Let's break it down. So let's start with the most popular and, at first glance, the most sensible solution: composting. And why not? It's a brilliant idea. You take all your plant waste, stuff you'd have to dispose of anyway, pile it up, and a year or two later, you've got free, organic black gold for your garden beds. It's eco-friendly, it saves money, and your soil will thank you. Sounds like a perfect no-brainer plan, right? But this is exactly where the biggest problem lurks, right there in that warm, cosy pile of organic matter. Right alongside those stems and leaves, you're unknowingly tossing an invisible enemy into your compost. We're talking about fungal disease spores. And the absolute worst offender, the true bane of all gardeners, is late blight. You might think winter will take care of it, that everything will decompose and be neutralised. Think again. A regular backyard compost pile rarely gets hot enough to destroy these resilient spores. In essence, you're building them the perfect incubator. They'll happily overwinter, multiply, and in the spring, along with that wonderful compost, you'll unknowingly spread this blight across your entire garden with your own hands, directly to your vulnerable young plants. Remember this simple rule. Never add potato and tomato tops to your main compost pile unless you are absolutely certain they are 100% disease-free. And let's be honest, who among us can ever be 100% sure? Even without visible signs of disease, the infection could already be lurking within. Now let's debunk a popular myth I hear every single year. Winter will kill everything. Unfortunately, my friends, this is a dangerous misconception. Spores of diseases like late blight, Phytophthora, and many other fungi are true masters of survival. They overwinter perfectly well in your compost pile, patiently waiting for their moment to launch a new attack with the first hint of warmth. And that's not all. Besides diseases, pests also love to overwinter in these plant tops. For example, Colorado potato beetle larvae, aphid eggs, or cutworm pupae. In spring, along with your nutritious compost, you'll be happily returning these voracious, unwelcome guests right back to your garden beds. So, compost made from diseased plant tops isn't fertilizer. It's a genuine biological time bomb for your future harvest. But wait, does this mean any plant material is now public enemy number one? Absolutely not. There's good news too. There are, in fact, many types of plant matter you not only can, but should add to your compost pile to create rich, nutrient-packed fertilizer. Top of the list are healthy greens from root vegetables like carrots, beets, radishes, and daikon. These plants are far less susceptible to the stubborn diseases that plague nightshades. Don't hesitate to toss in the remnants of legumes, such as peas and beans. They'll not only add valuable organic matter, but also enrich your future compost with nitrogen. Greens from zucchini, pumpkins, and pattypan squash are also excellent candidates, but with one very important condition. They must be completely free of any powdery mildew. If you spot that telltale white powdery film, those leaves definitely do not belong in your compost. So, the golden rule remains. A thorough inspection before anything goes into the pile. Healthy plant matter is your friend. Diseased matter is a dangerous foe. Now let's talk about fire. If composting is a complex biological game, then burning is a drastic solution. It's an old, time-tested method, and its primary, undeniable advantage is its 100% effectiveness against disease and pests. Fire leaves no chance for anything to survive. Fungal spores, bacteria, pest eggs, and larvae. Absolutely everything is reduced to harmless, sterile ash. If you're dealing with a severe infestation of late blight or powdery mildew, burning is virtually the only guaranteed way to prevent these problems from carrying over into the next growing season. What's more, the ash left after burning plant debris isn't just waste. It's a valuable concentrated potassium phosphate fertilizer that's chlorine-free and excellent for de-acidifying the soil. So, at first glance, burning seems like an ideal option. It's fast, reliable, and even offers some benefits. But don't be too quick to strike that match, because this method comes with some very significant drawbacks. However, this burning method comes with two significant drawbacks that could easily negate all its potential benefits. Firstly, and most importantly, we're talking about legalities and safety. In many regions today, open burning on private property is either completely prohibited or very strictly regulated. This often involves maintaining a safe distance from structures, having fire suppression tools readily available, and only conducting burns on calm, windless days. Fines for violating these regulations can be extremely severe. The second major drawback concerns your neighbours and the environment. The acrid, dense smoke produced by burning damp plant matter is unlikely to be welcomed by anyone and can easily lead to serious neighbourhood disputes. Nor is it beneficial for the environment. But there's also another, less obvious yet crucial loss. By burning plant waste, we destroy something incredibly valuable: organic matter. We convert potential humus, which could significantly improve soil structure, making it more friable and moisture retentive, into a mere handful of inert minerals. Essentially, we're discarding the very building blocks of our soil's fertility. Alright, composting can be risky, and burning is a hassle. So what's left? There's a third option, the simplest and most obvious: removal. Just gather all the plant waste into sturdy bags, load it into a vehicle and take it to the nearest landfill or a designated green waste container. Problem solved quickly without any headaches. No need to worry about diseases, no fear of fines for burning, and no waiting a year for compost to mature. But let's be honest, this solution only seems simple at first glance. First, you're expending your own resources, energy for collection and bagging, time you could spend with family, and money for gas or waste disposal services. Second, it's not the most eco-friendly approach. We're simply moving organic matter from one place to another, where it will uselessly rot in a landfill, releasing methane. And third, and perhaps most frustratingly, we're depriving our own plot of land of a most valuable resource. Every bag of plant waste removed is a bag of potential fertility that we voluntarily give away. Ultimately, disposal isn't a true solution. It's merely a way to get rid of the problem, sacrificing a potential benefit in the process. But what if I told you there's a fourth, almost secret way? This method combines the benefits of composting with the safety of burning. It's perfect for disposing of potentially hazardous tomato and potato foliage. We're talking about trench composting, also known as creating warm beds. The process is surprisingly simple. You simply dig a trench about 2 spade depths, deep where you plan to plant your next crops, perhaps cucumbers or zucchini. At the bottom of this trench, you tightly pack all the collected plant debris, even compacting it slightly. Then you cover it all with the excavated soil. What happens next? Deep underground, without access to oxygen, an entirely different type of decomposition begins. Anaerobic processes. Most pathogens, including late blight spores, simply cannot survive under these conditions. They are simply not adapted to survive without air. Meanwhile, the organic matter slowly breaks down, releasing heat and vital nutrients directly to the roots of the plants you'll sow here next spring. So you've not only disposed of the plant waste and eliminated potential diseases, but you've also created a highly nutritious, warm garden bed for the coming season. Here's another clever trick for making the most of healthy plant material, quickly and efficiently. Shredding it. If you own a garden shredder, that's perfect. If not, simply spread the plant tops on your lawn and run your lawnmower over them a few times. The resulting finely chopped green material can then be used in several ways. Firstly, it makes an ideal mulch for fall plantings, such as garlic, or for the base of trees and shrubs. The fine particles will quickly break down over winter, protecting the soil from freezing and enriching it with organic matter. Secondly, you can incorporate this shredded material directly into the soil during your fall digging or tilling. It will decompose much faster than whole stems, significantly improving soil structure. However, there's one crucial step that makes this method truly safe and highly effective: proper treatment. Before using the shredded plant material, it's highly recommended to drench it with a solution of beneficial microorganisms. For example, use products based on trichoderma or Bacillus subtilis. These helpful fungi and bacteria are true soil sanitizers. They actively suppress the development of pathogenic microorganisms and accelerate the decomposition of organic matter. This provides a double benefit. It acts as a fertilizer and offers biological protection for your soil. The most crucial step in managing garden waste is learning to identify potential threats. Before deciding where to put your plant debris, give it a quick visual inspection. Carefully examine the stems and leaves. So, what exactly should you be looking for? Any dark or brown spots on the leaves and stems of tomatoes and potatoes are a clear indicator of late blight. A white, powdery coating on the leaves of cucumbers, zucchini, or currants is, of course, powdery mildew. Other common signs include various forms of leaf spot, rust, or shoots wilting without any clear cause. These are all red flags. This kind of diseased plant material should never go into your regular compost pile. Its only safe destination is either a burning pile or a deep burial trench. On the other hand, if your plant waste looks clean, green, and free of any suspicious spots or coatings, then congratulations, you're holding valuable organic material. You can confidently add it to your compost, shred it for mulch, or even dig it directly into the soil. Mastering this simple visual diagnostic skill is key to proper and safe organic waste management. From everything we've discussed, one golden rule for managing plant waste emerges, and it's one I strongly advise you to remember. It goes like this: healthy plant matter gets put to good use. Diseased plant matter must be promptly isolated and destroyed. Let's unpack that. 2. Put to good use means composting, mulching, incorporating it into garden beds for soil enrichment, or shredding and working it directly into the soil. Essentially, anything that enriches our land and contributes to a bountiful future harvest. To isolate and destroy means leaving no chance for disease to spread. This could involve safe burning, where permitted and done according to local regulations. Alternatively, deep burial in a trench, where the lack of oxygen will naturally kill off pathogens. Or, as a last resort, proper disposal at a landfill. You simply can't treat all garden waste the same way. Don't thoughtlessly toss everything into one pile. The divide and conquer approach is incredibly effective here. Separate your healthy organic material from the diseased, and you'll gain complete control over the health and vitality of your garden. Here's the biggest game changer. Your spent garden foliage isn't just trash. It's a crucial barometer for your garden's health in the coming year. Mindlessly tossing it into the compost pile could be setting a trap for your future harvest, one that will come back to haunt you right in the middle of next summer. You'll find yourself battling blight again and again, without even realizing you've created the perfect conditions for it to overwinter. Conversely, proper management of plant residues isn't just a dreary autumn chore. It's the foundational first step for your new season. You're not just getting rid of the old. You're laying the groundwork for a fresh, healthy harvest. This changes everything, doesn't it? You stop being just the clean-up crew and become a true garden strategist. So to recap, There's no one-size-fits-all answer. If your plant tops are healthy, compost, mulching, and raised beds are your best allies. If there are even the slightest signs of disease, safe burning, if permitted, or deep trench burial will be your safest bet. Hauling them away should be a last resort, reserved for the most infected and hazardous residues. Thank you for watching this important video to the end. I hope you now have a clear plan of action. If you found this information helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on new secrets for a bountiful harvest. And now, a key question for you. What method of plant residue disposal do you find most effective for your garden? And why? Share your experiences, debate, and offer advice in the comments below. Let's find the ideal solution together.